Here we are, journeyman. Dude, it's been a long time, huh? I've tried to make this video 4 or 5 times already, if I'm being honest, because I feel like a fucking loser. Excuse my language. And here's why. One, because I care too much what people think about what everyone thinks. I think it's important to care what certain people think about you. You know, the people that care for you. Those people. The other people, I care too much what they think. So that's one of my problems. And that's why I haven't uploaded it, which is not the right reason. And two, I feel like a guy that's kind of, I'm 28 years old, turning 29 in a few days, actually. And at some point in a man's life, you're like, fuck, dude. You got to look at yourself and be like, you got to be honest with yourself. This is the biggest lesson. One of the biggest lessons I've learned. You got to be honest with yourself. So here's what I've learned from I don't know how long it's been since I made the video about the whole journey of Tucson and, trying to be a pro in the sport of triathlon. Here's what I've learned. I've learned you cannot write checks that your physical body can't cash, right? So I can write the check in here, right? But my physical body just cannot keep up with the amount of stress and load and physical exertion that I was doing in Tucson. And mentally I was there, but physically my body just kept breaking down and kept breaking down and kept breaking down. And I was working out. I was doing these 4-hour, 5-hour rides. I was freaking riding up Mount Lemmon. I was 6,500 feet of gain in 26 miles, if you care. It was a tough day. And I would do like the shootouts, like 4 hours, like 2,300 feet of gain. And then after that, I would go run for 45 minutes off the bike. Like big days. Those are big days. And like big, fat, like hard intervals in the water, all that stuff makes you better. I agree. But you have to be realistic about it and say to yourself, honestly, you weren't ready. And I wasn't ready for that. Physically, I wasn't ready. Mentally, I'm always ready. But if you could just put this brain and this effort and this desire to win into someone that doesn't have all the health problems I have, but that's another excuse, right? And here's another thing I've learned, which is excuses sound best to the people that make them, including myself. So case in point, I made excuses about, getting injured and stuff like that, which I was. This guy's going back, like up and down, like back and forth in the same parking spot. It's pretty funny. I made excuses about getting injured, and I'm like, oh, I'm injured, blah, 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 blah. But I never, and sounds so stupid, but it's obvious. I never try to take care of myself. Like, I passed going to the doctor after that. What else can you do? I did massages, I did dry needling, I did, compression boots, I slept in an elevation tent, I did the glucose monitor, freaking everything, all types of technology that you could possibly want. I did all that. And I felt like all the effort that I was putting in wasn't getting returned. So I made an excuse. So that's on me. So I have to say that publicly for all the 5 people that's gonna watch this video. But so since then, I moved to Baltimore, Maryland. I'm in real estate school now. The dream is never over, right? I don't think quitting is in my nature. But I do think reassessing the situation, healing myself physically and mentally, because both of those are important, to be honest. Because it took a lot for me to even get there and come back and accept the fact that what the reality was, which is I was over my head. And that takes a lot for someone to admit that. So moving forward, I'm gonna start a real estate career, full-time real estate agent, in Baltimore and heal myself physically and mentally and keep making videos for you guys, because I think my life lessons can be transferred to someone one day. That's all I got. Love you guys. Journeyman out.